Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been named the 2024-25 NBA MVP, and the award is well deserved in my opinion. Now, while a lot of people think that Nikola Jokic was snubbed for the award after a season in which he ranked top 3 in points, rebounds, assists, and steals, Shai averaged over 32 points per game on the league's best team, led the Thunder to the best record in franchise history. It's hard to argue against that. And you can call him a foul merchant if you want, and you can claim voter fatigue if you want, but I'm on Team SGA here. I firmly believe that he deserved the award. I wouldn't have been disappointed if the award went to Jokic, though. He is an absolute beast. But it got me thinking about what are the 10 biggest snubs in MVP history for the NBA. So today we're counting down the 10 biggest MVP snubs. But first, my name is Hunter Wright, and if you don't know who I am or where you're at, Kimo, let them know.
I got my head in the game. I'm willing and ready to win. Authentic and I never pretend. Going hard, let the battle begin. I'm in a whole nother league, and I'm just keeping it real. This be the show that you need, whether we on the court or the field. Yeah. So if you love the game, and you wanna hate less, and you sick and tired of only listening to Skip Bayless, you know we gotta keep it hype. This is sports done right. Let's go.
Malone and Michael Jordan's flip-flopped MVP awards. Now, in 1996-97, Malone was up for MVP for the 11th straight year. He had placed in MVP voting 10 years in a row, never won it. And honestly, it feels like the voters just wanted to give him the award. So that's exactly what they did. And hey, 27 points per game and over 10 rebounds, nothing to sneeze at. However, Michael Jordan averaged over 29 points per game, and his team won 69 games. Jordan really had a better season. He should have won the MVP that year. But the following season, the voters overcorrected by giving Jordan the award that he rightfully earned the year before. Only this time, Karl Malone had a better season. So I've got this at the tail end of the draft because at the end of the day, both guys walked away with an MVP, and just no harm, no foul. And to sit here and list all the accolades that these two accomplished in their careers would take way too long. Unfortunately for Malone, he never did beat Jordan in the NBA Finals, but at least he got an MVP. At least he beat him for an MVP award. Number 9, James Harden. One of the best players of his generation and all time, if you're talking about the regular season. Which we are, because MVP only takes into consideration the regular season. Playoffs don't count. Otherwise, this spot would go to Kawhi Leonard, because Toronto Kawhi was just a different beast. Harden won the MVP in 2017-18, but the next season, he would increase his points per game from 30 to 36, a mark that only Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain have ever beat. Unfortunately for Harden, voters were mesmerized by the Greek freak in the East, the Milwaukee Bucks' Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis averaged 27 and 12 with nearly 6 assists per game and won the MVP award, but if Harden had had just a few more team wins, he likely would have taken it. Number 8, Wilt Chamberlain, specifically the 1963-64 season. No disrespect to the Big O, but that MVP award should have gone to the Big Dipper. I feel kind of bad taking Oscar Robertson's only MVP away from him, but like I said, it should have been Chamberlain that year. For years, Wilt Chamberlain had been putting up insane numbers, but getting overlooked in favor of Bill Russell. In the 63-64 season, Chamberlain's Warriors finished first in the West, and he had averaged over twice as many points per game as Russell. So you might have thought that this was his year to beat Russell out for MVP. Unfortunately, no. Despite averaging 37 and 22, the MVP went to Oscar Robertson, who nearly averaged a triple-double on the season, leading Cincinnati to a better record than San Francisco. It's hard to look at a stat sheet and not feel like Chamberlain's greatness was criminally underappreciated at the time. I mean, like I said, how do you average 37 and 22 and you don't win MVP? Number 7, Michael Jordan, 1988 season. It's hard to say Magic Johnson didn't deserve the MVP, but it's harder to say that he had a flat-out better season than Michael Jordan. Fresh off of his first MVP season, Jordan raised his field goal percentage, free throw percentage, three-point percentage, rebounds per game, and assists per game. A plus 30, 8-8 season is incredible no matter how you look at it. Magic's Lakers won more game, and he was no slouch. His numbers were impressive in their own right. But Jordan averaged more steals, blocks, rebounds, and 10 more points per game, all with a higher shooting percentage. Number 6, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the 1972-73 season. Now look, you could say the list up to this point has been nitpicky, and I wouldn't argue with that. However, this was straight up robbery. This was the guy shooting you after you've already handed him your wallet. Just absolutely criminal. Voter fatigue is real, and it is the most likely reason for why Kareem was denied a third consecutive MVP. And why exactly? Who did they decide was more valuable than Kareem for 1 year? Dave Cowens? What did he do again? Voters clearly just wanted to give a player from the 68-win Celtics the award, and Cowens was the name they pulled from the hat. Despite averaging 10 fewer points per game with a shooting percentage that was lower by a full 10%, Cowens was the committee's paper champion. Why? Number 5, Willis Reed, who was snubbed in 1968-69 in favor of Wes Unseld. And no disrespect to the Hall of Famer, but how the hell did Willis Reed not win this award? Like, this shouldn't have even been close. I mean, seriously, the Baltimore Bullets had 2 players average over 20 points per game. Neither one of them were Wes Unseld. As a matter of fact, he was 5th on his own team in scoring. Someone make it make sense. Don't look at me. I can tell you what happened. I can't justify it. His sub 14 points per game are the lowest by any MVP ever. As a rookie, Unseld helped the Bullets improve their record by 21 wins from the year before and was a force on defense to his credit. He remains only the 2nd rookie to win the award, but it really should have gone to Willis Reed. Reed would get his get back because his Knicks would sweep the Bullets in the playoffs and he would take home his well-deserved MVP award the following season. Number 4, Dave Robinson, 1993-94, which means, yes, we would be stripping Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon from his only MVP award, and that doesn't sit right with me. However, Dave Robinson should have won it this year. I am firmly on Team Admiral. A lot of people are split on this. It's a hot topic of debate. I am firmly on Team Admiral. This is the season where Dave Robinson put up 71 points on the Los Angeles Lakers. He led the Spurs to a 55-27 record. He went 3-2 against Olajuwon and the Rockets. He also recorded his season high in rebounds against Olajuwon. He boasted more 40-point games and triple-doubles than Olajuwon, and on February 17, 1994, he recorded his legendary quadruple-double when he dropped 34 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and 10 blocks on the Detroit Pistons. He became the 4th player to ever achieve that feat. Top it all off, he led the league in points and was just a step above everybody in the NBA. Number 3, the 1977 crapshoot. Because honestly, take your pick. Anybody would have been better than Bill Walton. Bill Walton took home the 1977-78 MVP award in a tight race that saw him beat out George Gervin by 15 votes. Walton averaged just under 19 points per game, 13.2 rebounds, and clearly benefited from the best player on the best team narrative as his Blazers won 58 games. Second place runner-up George Gervin averaged 27-5-3 on 53.6% shooting for a 52-win Spurs team. Denver's David Robinson had almost identical numbers to Gervin. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar averaged 25.8 points and 12.9 rebounds. Any of those 3 could have and should have won over Walton. Number 2, Wilt Chamberlain, 1961-62. We're back to the Big Dipper, and my argument for this is very simple. He averaged 50 points per game. 50. No one's ever going to do that again. That record is never going to get touched. I'm not going to spend too much time defending this one. I don't care that Chamberlain's Warriors won 49 games and Bill Russell's Celtics won 60. Chamberlain had more win shares, a higher field goal percentage, higher free throw percentage, and more rebounds than Russell, along with a league-leading player efficiency rating. And once again, 50 points per game. If you average 50 points per game, you win MVP. And number 1, Kobe Bryant, the 2005-2006 season when he lost to Steve Nash. And not only did he lose, not only did Kobe not win MVP this year, he came in 4th. How? That is mind-boggling. How did he come in 4th? That's not a rhetorical question. I want answers. Somebody, if anyone out there knows something I don't, tell me in what world make it make sense that Kobe Bryant came in 4th. The fact that Nash won MVP the year before while averaging only 15.5 points per game is mind-boggling when you consider the fact that Shaq, Duncan, and KG all averaged over 20 and 10 that season. In 05-06, Nash recorded a lucrative 50-40-90 season, shooting 51.2 from the field or 3.9 from 3, and a league-leading 92.1 from the free throw line. Now, only 9 players have ever done that in NBA history, and I give them credit for that. However, what Kobe Bryant did was more impressive. And then you have the Black Mamba. And this is the year of the 81-point game against the Raptors, in a season in which teams averaged 97 points per game. Along with the second highest single game point total, Bryant recorded 6 games with over 50 points, including 4 in a row, 27 games with 40 or more points, 46 games of at least 35 points during an 82-game season. Now I could sit here and rattle off numbers all day long. We could go through the advanced stats and metrics if you want to. But ultimately, Bryant should have won MVP this season. I don't care about Nash's 50-40-90 season. I don't care that his team won 9 or more games. Bryant should have won MVP this year. Point blank. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, then please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
So if you love the game and you wanna hate less, and you sick and tired of only listening to Skip Bayless, you know we gotta keep it hype. This is sports done right. Let's go.